Hello, this is Mike Hanrahan, and this is the third of the trilogy on 1920 War of Independence in County Clare. I'm deeply indebted to the Clare County Library for supporting me in my endeavours to find songs wherever I could find them, and there are plenty of them up online on the website. The Carol Mackenzie collection is such a great source of material and information. There are loads of books available as well, so perhaps you might try and buy a book and go into a library when we get open and see if you can have a good read about our history. Padder Clancy was born in 1886, and he was regarded by most as a charismatic revolutionary. He began his career as an apprentice draper in Kildysart, and then later worked in Newcastle West before moving on down to Youghal. He arrived in Dublin in 1913 to work at Harkin's General Drapery, and then he set up the Republicans Outfitters on Talbot Street in Dublin. The shop had become a regular meeting place for the volunteers. He fought with Dick McKee at the Four Courts during 1916, and he was sent to prison. He came home and set about organising the volunteers in Clare and in Dublin. At that stage he was lieutenant. He was chosen to contest the 1917 Clare by-election, but he withdrew in favour of Eamon de Valera. He was vice-commandant of the Dublin Brigade, and he specialised in prison escapes. He was involved in freeing 19 prisoners from Mountjoy at one stage and 5 from the Manchester prison. Todd Andrews, his compatriot, once spoke of him much later after he died. He said, "An indelible impression of the Superman, a man whose commands I at least would have a compulsion to obey as if I had been hypnotised." He was captured in November 1920, the night before Bloody Sunday. Himself and Dick McKee were in a hotel along with a young man from Quinn called Conor Clune. The night of Bloody Sunday, there was retaliation by the British, and all three were murdered in their cells in Dublin Castle. I've always found him an inspirational character, and he's the inspiration behind my song, The Crimson Warrior.
Ancient fire on the hillside, I am ember, come lay me down. Ancient thunder along the night sky, I am courage, come lay me down. We are daughter and son of the Crimson Warrior, sister and brother of the Crimson Warrior. Across the fields, along the valley, oh, you of freedom, come lay me down. Oh, sacred tree, now rest me easy, come gather round, come lay me down. We are daughter and son of the Crimson Warrior, sister and brother of the Crimson Warrior. So take my hand and guide me over. Ancient warrior, come lay me down. For you I go now into the clearing. For you alone I'll lay me down. For you alone I'll lay me down. For
my good friend Gerard Donnell, a musician and songwriter, introduced me to this song. It's a song that he put together after reading the lyrics from his grandfather. His grandfather wrote these words over 100 years ago, and Gerard found them and decided, wouldn't it be nice to just write a nice melody and bring it forward and cross the two divides of 100 years. And I think you would agree this is a really beautiful song. Tears of an Old Irish Mother.
Sure, there's only a bridge twixt a tear and a smile, for laughter and joy cannot live all the while. Just as the rainbow joins sunshine and rain, a tear may mean pleasure or joy. There's a tear of an old Irish mother as she kneels by a vacant chair. And there's a tear born of joy when her wandering boy returns to his fond mother's care. There's a tear of an angel for one who has strayed, and the lover when quarrels are o'er. But the best tears of all are the ones that will fall when there's peace in old Ireland once more. There's a smile born in heaven for each tear that's shed, and a lining of gold for each cloud overhead. Beneath every heartache there's joy all the while, and it's shown by a tear and a smile. There's a tear of an old Irish mother as she kneels by a vacant chair. There's a tear born of joy when her wandering boy returns to his fond mother's care. There's a tear of an angel for one who has strayed, and the lover when quarrels are o'er. But the best tears of all are the ones that will fall when there's peace in old Ireland once more. There's a tear of an old Irish mother as she kneels by a vacant chair. There's a tear born of joy when her wandering boy returns to his fond mother's care. There's a tear of the angel for one who has strayed, and the lover when quarrels are o'er. But the best tears of all are the ones that will fall when there's peace in old Ireland once more.
Over the last few years, I must have read a few libraries of books on the subject of the Great Cultural Revolution. I'm going to list a few of the books that I've found on the Clare Revolution, and maybe there's one in there that you might like to read, but any one of them will bring you right back into Ireland, and indeed Clare, of 100 years ago, when this great cultural revolution took place. So it allowed us to have our own independent state and regain our culture, our language and our identity. And that's really what this is all about for me. In the 70s, Jim Carroll and Pat McKenzie got together and went around the county of Clare seeking out old songs and singers mainly, and trying to gather a collection. And this collection is now available for all of us to view online at the Clare Library. It's really such an important collection of songs, and I'd urge you to go up and have a tune in and have a look, because you'll find some amazing performances, but you'll find some really brilliant songs that kind of tell their own story, each one of them. So we're kind of indebted to Pat and Jim Carroll, Pat McKenzie and Jim Carroll. We are really indebted to their lifelong dedication to the collection of our songs. Ireland's a very funny place, sir. It's a strange and troubled land. And the Irish a very funny race, sir. Every girl is in common among. And every doggy wears a tricoloured ribbon tied firmly to its tail. And it wouldn't be surprising if there'd be another rising, said the man from the Daily Mail. Every bird upon my word is singing treble. I'm a rebel. Every hen is laying hand grenades over there, sir. I declare, sir. And every cock in the farmyard stock sings triumph for the Gael. And it wouldn't be surprising if there'd be another rising, said the man from the Daily Mail. Now the other day I travelled down to Clare, sir, and I spied on the old boreen a bunch of busy gooses sitting there, sir, dressed in orange, white and green. They marched to the German goose step as they whistle Grania Wail. I'm shaking in me shoes as I'm sending out the news, said the man from the Daily Mail. 'Cause every bird upon my word is singing treble. I'm a rebel. And every hen is laying hand grenades over there, sir. I declare, sir. And every cock in the farmyard stock sings triumph to the Gael. Wouldn't be surprising if there'd be another rising, said the man from the Daily Mail. Now the whole place is seething with sedition. It's Sinn Féin through and through. And the peelers are joining local units. And the password's Sinn Féin too. Every doggy wears a tricoloured ribbon tied firmly to its tail. It wouldn't be surprising if there'd be another rising, said the man from the Daily Mail. 'Cause every bird upon my word is singing treble. I'm a rebel. And every hen, they say, laying hand grenades over there, sir. I declare, sir. And every cock in the farmyard stock sings triumph to the Gael. It wouldn't be surprising if there'd be another rising, said the man from the Daily Mail. This next song is not from Clare. It's about a little village in Limerick called Shannon, and it was written by a Kerryman. But it qualifies for me as a song from the War of Independence. It was only written a number of years ago. But it qualifies because it describes the life of a young couple at the time who were just getting together, they just met and fallen in love, and then, as the song says, the call to arms. And it deals with all the hardship and the pain and the love and the strife, I guess, that a young couple also had to deal with. And I hope you like this song. This is one of my all-time favourite songs. From the mountain are calling soft to me. The smell of scented heather brings bitter memories. The wild and lonely eagle up in that summer sky flies high o'er Shannon, where my love Willie lies.
winter, when snow was on the ground and the Irish hills were peaceful then, love was all around. Scarcely 20 years old, a young man in his prime, we were married, darling Willie, by the eve of Christmas time. Do you remember, Willie, when we walked that moonlit road? I held you in my arms, love, I would never let you go. Our hands, they were entwined, my love, all in that pale moonlight, by the fields of Shannon on a lonely winter's night. Then came the call to arms, love, the heather was ablaze. Down from the silent mountain, the Saxon strangers came, and I held you in my arms, my love, my young heart wild with fear, by the fields of Shannon in the springtime of the year. Oh, you fought them, darling Willie, all through the summer days. I heard the rifles firing in the mountains far away. I held you in my arms then, your blood ran free and bright, and you died in Shannon on a lonely summer's night. Long ago, love, our sun grows fine and tall, and the hills, they are at peace again, the Saxon stranger's gone. There's roses growing on your grave, there's an eagle way up in the sky, flying high o'er Shannon Golden, where my love Willie lies. Ancient fire on the hillside, I am ember, come lay me down.